My beautiful, beautiful pea sailors. How is it going? It's been a long time. It's been a little bit on this channel. I realize that. You can tell right now we are in the new house, coming to you from the new house location. In about a week from now is when the actual moving video is going to be posted. So I apologize for the non chronological nature of this one. There actually is going to, I think, be another one on this channel that gets posted maybe before the moving video. I don't really know. This last couple months has been a little bit of a mess, a little bit of a chaotic moment in the Ashton house and in the Phoenix resale business. Partly because, and a lot of you, first of all, I want to say to you guys, I've had multiple DMs, multiple comments on the channel saying, hey, where are the Renix P sale videos? It's been a few weeks. We missed them. When are they coming back? Is this channel dead? Honestly, even more than when Phoenix Resale went on a break of new content for a few weeks, which to me is kind of fantastic. Like, people have emotionally, not necessarily emotionally, but connected with this channel in a way that has kind of surprised me. And I get every single week comments saying, I actually like this unedited, like unfiltered, more raw channel better than Phoenix Resale. So thank you to all of you guys for your patience and for, you know, coming and hanging out consistently. This video is literally just going to be kind of a brain dump, totally unedited, no cuts, no music, just to let you guys know a few things that have been on my mind recently for no other reason than I feel like talking about them. So here they go. The reason that we've had a little bit of a drought of content on this channel is, one, we moved. Two, the PlayStation project in all of August really took up a lot of mental and time resources working with Riff on that. That's one of the best things I think we've ever done on this channel, and I'm really proud of it. But it also coincided that week. I moved on a weekend, hosted FlipCon the following Wednesday and Thursday, and also during that entire week, the PlayStation project was being uploaded, and we were also in that time period working on getting content edited for September. So it was an insane little period there. Since then, the guy who was editing the Renix P sale videos, because I don't do those myself, but it's also not Riff, he got promoted in his regular 9 to 5 job and just over time realized that he didn't have the time margin to work on this channel. And so he not really quit, but moved on. So Jake, if you're watching this, really appreciate all the work that you have done on this channel. Everybody give a big congratulations and thumbs up to Jake in the comments. But I'm having to transition responsibility in terms of editing for this channel. And when you've got a main channel to primarily work on and a regular resale business to also keep going and a business and a home to move all in the same month, something kind of has to give, and unfortunately this channel is what has given. And I always wanted this Renix P Sales channel to not be an obligation, right? I didn't want it to be another thing on my mental checklist. I wanted to give myself the freedom to say, you know what, sometimes it's going to be a long time between videos, and sometimes you might get 2 videos in a single week. I'll daily vlog on this channel if I feel like it. That's probably never going to happen, but it's totally wide open. And some of you guys have really liked that. So I appreciate you guys hanging in there. But folks, I have to say, I am in an interesting mental place right now with YouTube in general, with the main channel. One thing that I love to do on this channel is actually talk about Phoenix Resale in a like breaking the fourth wall kind of a way that I would never do on Phoenix Resale, because it just, to most people, honestly, it would be boring. But I see you P-Sailers as kind of the core crowd of, my audience. Again, really appreciate you for that. And so I want to pull back the curtain a little bit and let you know the very human man who is behind the booming voice of Oz in that extended analogy. So a couple things that I've been thinking about. One is, I don't know how many of you guys know Ryan Trahan. He's one of the fastest growing creators on the platform right now and has become well known for his more candid and somewhat like awkward and flawed personality, not flawed, but his editing style and his storytelling really, they feel very honest. He was the one who did surviving for a month on a penny and crossing the country to go give Mr. Beast a penny. That series was great, but what really inspires me about him is I was listening to an interview with him, and he was talking about this concept of restorative work, particularly in YouTube videos. And it really resonated with me because I think a lot of YouTube is exploitative. It asks, what can we take from the viewer, right? How much retention and clicks and subscribers and revenue and clout, right? Can I get? And his philosophy revolves around seeing every video that you put out not as a means to an end of achieving success, but rather as a gift to your followers. And I think about that interview probably every few days. And it's really got me thinking, man, like, how does my general philosophy and approach to YouTube and video creation line up with that? Like, are there elements of what I've been doing that are more exploitative than restorative? And it's an interesting balance to strike. This is not something that I have an answer to. I'm just kind of word dumping right now. But I really want my channel to be the kind of place where, like, I create videos as, gifts. That kind of sounds pretentious to say, but as a way of giving to my audience, rather than extracting as much value as I possibly can. And I don't know if that in the future involves, like, this next season, you may see less content from me on the main channel that is, like, sensational and super clickable and, like, challenge oriented and that kind of stuff, in favor of, I guess, somewhat more personal and narrative focused videos. I'll give you a couple examples. One, in the basement, which you guys will see in the moving video. It's a fantastic space that both the business and a new game room are going to exist in. I want to make a whole, like, mini series of just building out the game room. And my idea for that is selling the majority of my Nintendo Switch collection, which some of you guys know I have, like, 100+ game Switch collection that I don't show on camera all that often, because it's my favorite console to collect for. And I normally would not think of selling it, except that I'm so excited by this idea of building out a game room and having a really great space to invite people into and to enjoy some of the games that I love the most, and just to have another excuse to share this great home with other people at our church or in our community, friends and family. So that's one series that I don't know if it's going to perform all that well. I don't know if people are really going to care or enjoy about it, but I think the core of my audience, it's kind of split between collectors and resellers, but I'm hoping that a lot of people will really enjoy it and will feel very satisfied at seeing the process of taking something that is basically a blank canvas and really making it your own and making it into something special. So that's one thing that I wanted to sort of make you guys aware of, give you a sneak peek into what's coming in this next season, and just say, like, how genuinely excited I am about that. It's not like that kind of idea that didn't come about from like what do I think will get the most clicks or, like, perform the best necessarily. But I really hope that you guys love it. One other thing that I'll say that I wasn't necessarily planning on talking about was when I made the video of selling my GameCube collection after the GameCube Gambit. There was a very, I'll say, mixed response. That's a positive way of putting it. My average video, to give you guys some context, has about a 96 to 97% like to dislike ratio. So 2 to 3% drop in a dislike on the average video, which gives me an idea, not that much of an idea, but because most of the time it stays kind of within that range. It does, however, very much inform me when I have a 70% like ratio on a video about selling my GameCube collection that, something in here really ticked people off, really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. And I wasn't going to talk about it because I don't like the whole I don't want to have a mentality of constantly pandering. I'm not a panderer by nature. I want to be someone that like takes responsibility when uh, I screw up, because I do screw up. But I also don't, the whole like YouTuber like apology kind of cycle is a little bit cliche to me, and I don't really like it. Um, but that was a loud and clear signal that okay, something about that people did not like, and I think it was largely around people didn't expect me to sell any of it, given that I was constantly talking about it as my childhood dream collection. And I got a lot of people in the comments saying like this was dishonest, I feel betrayed, all that stuff, which I hate to hear. I hate that. So if you felt that way, my apologies. I still like. I don't believe that I did anything wrong with that. Some people were saying, "Oh, he's trying to hide it on his second channel." If I was trying to hide selling it, I just wouldn't post it. The reality is, a lot of the game, like my list of GameCube games was like 75 long, and I ended up with a collection of over 100 games. But anyways, I'm not gonna like explain away or justify all of that. Long story short, I don't really feel bad about doing that. I don't think selling your games is a wrong thing. And I don't, most importantly, I don't think any of the people that I bought games from who gave me deals would feel in any way cheated or deceived by the fact that a few months later I sold some of them. Anyways, all that to say, that's playing in my mind as I consider selling off part of my Switch collection. I'm thinking, man, are my viewers like going to hate this? Are they going to respond the same way? Is a large part of the collector crowd just anti-selling collection games in general? And ultimately, the conclusion I have to come to is not to be dismissive, to certainly consider that, but I don't think that I can tailor my strategy of the kind of videos that I want to make and the kind of stuff that makes me happy and ultimately makes my life better to what is most and least likely to offend other people. I don't think it's necessarily a reasonable thing to, if people end up getting upset that I'm selling my Switch collection off to build a game room, which I think is a really cool goal. But it does, it factors into my psyche. So let me know your honest thoughts in the comments. I'm sure I'll get plenty of good feedback. But I hope throughout the series that you guys get as excited about the prospect of building this game room and having a whole transformation of that basement space as I am, because every time I think about that, it just gets me excited. Like I feel a similar way about this mini series as I felt about the GameCube Gambit, but in a way I think it'll be even more dramatic because it's a whole space rather than just a shelf of stuff. All that to say, the other thing that I'm maybe even more excited for, dare I say it, is the series that may come after that. Not may, that will come after that. And that is building a Nintendo Switch collection, rebuilding my Nintendo Switch collection. Like, I never really thought that, because obviously the Switch is my favorite console of all time. It's my favorite console to collect for. I don't want I'm selling everything but maybe like 25 games or so, maybe 30 of my collection. Like some of the rarest stuff that I have, I'm keeping because I don't know if I'll find it again. And then some of the stuff that I play most often, I'm also keeping. The reality is 90% of my games I don't play most months anyway. I think that's probably the case with most people's collections. But folks, I never really thought that I would have an opportunity to start again, basically pretty close to from scratch with my Switch collection and build it almost from nothing in a series. Like, it's my two favorite things all in one. I love making YouTube videos and sharing the journey of building stuff with people, not like physically building stuff, but, creating collections and building the business, creating income. I love sharing that, and I also love collecting for the Switch. all that to say, folks, that will probably, those episodes like will probably not start to drop until after the game room stuff is done. And then interspersed, of course, there will always be videos of, you know, buying and selling video games for the business, because that's what I do, and that's the main thrust of Phoenix Resale. The only reason that I say all of that and that I am, oh geez, unedited sneeze. The only reason that I am, ranting in my YouTube office today to you guys is just to say that I hope you guys are as excited as I am about what's coming on this channel. And I appreciate you guys for sticking with it. Later on this channel, once I can get, I do have a third editor, shout out to Cody, who will likely be stepping in to help out with the editing on this channel. I'm hoping to get in a more consistent upload rhythm with this as well. I already have a video scheduled for the 20-somethingth of September, so you guys can look forward to that. Maybe another one afterwards. We'll see just how fast stuff can get edited. I apologize if the timeline seems a little bit, what is actually going on? I always like to keep the main channel, even though sometimes those videos are filmed up to a month in advance. I don't like to post them out of order, because I found in the past that can be really confusing to people, which is why I shot the moving in video 3 weeks ago, and it's coming out this next week, because I don't want to bump it up to be in front of convention videos that I went to a month and a half ago, if that makes sense. All that to say, folks, really excited for what's ahead, and really appreciate you guys watching and coming along for it. Hopefully there are some Switch fans out there. I don't anticipate doing a whole lot of GameCube or PlayStation content in the near future, but you never know what we might just find along the way. Maybe we'll buy someone's GameCube collection. Maybe we'll, stumble across some crazy PlayStation treasure trove, and those people will continue to enjoy. Big things ahead. Big things ahead on Phoenix Resale. I'll catch you guys on the flip.